Hello everyone. How's everyone today? Thank you for joining me, the Dirt Road Farmer. Today we've got these two small fields. Well, they're not really small compared to some of the others, but there's absolutely no reason to have two fields here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to plow these together and make one bigger field out of it, and then we're going to get it planted. I haven't made up my mind yet what we're going to plant, but let's see. Now I was supposed to let's see, I got to create fields here. All right, that would be Y. Okay. Now we'll drop it. And let's just go down through here and plow these two fields together. I think down on the bottom end, I don't know exactly what I'll do down there. It's not squared off like it was at this end. So we'll get it figured out. Well, I hope everybody's doing great today. Getting closer, those Santa Claus are coming. And so far our weather is held up for us. We have pretty well been lucky so far. So, all right, I think we're going to pick this up right here, and then I'll come around to this other side and see if we can get that plowed together. Kind of like a rounded off edge, I guess. All right. We'll get this over here and let's drop it. And then let's just try to plow this right on around. Just like that. All right. And I guess we'll push Y again. And that should be limited to fields. Right? Okay. And I think that's all we need to do with this. If we bring up our HUD, no, not that. Bring up the overview and look at it. I don't think either one of these fields need to be planted. Let's see where they at. Should be right here. Yeah, right here. Neither one of them. Let's see if I can bring up the... Okay, this one needs lime. That one did not. No. This is two fields now, so both of them need lime. So that's what we're going to do. We'll take this tractor back and we're going to bring the lime over here and get some lime put on it and go from there. All right, we'll fold this up and we'll go get the lime. All right, I think we're going to take a headland pass off down here. Just gives our workers a better turnaround area, and it just makes everything much more harmonic. So let's turn this on. And let's get across here. That way they'll be able to turn around. No excuses. And they won't get run into the trees and knock signposts down and what have you. So, and we don't have anything else to do right now. I mean, we need to take that harvester back to the farm. But once we get our guys started here, well, then we can take that harvester back and do the other things that we need to do. But for right now, we don't have anything else to do besides get this headland pest taken off. So, actually, I think he would be all right here, but being as we're spreading anyway, we might as well just continue right on up to the end here. Get over here where we're getting the whole thing. That's the thing, the width that the lime spreader spreads at compared to the width that the fertilizer spreads at is two complete different things. And boy, I'll tell you what, it's hard to keep them straight that the lime doesn't spread near as far. So, all right, we've got that done. So I think we'll go all the way over here to the other end, and we'll start him off over there, and that way he has a straight edge to start on, and then he'll work it out on the way back when he gets over to this side. So one of these days I need to get all them bushes taken out of there and make it look presentable. I took out a few trees right there. Because it was very difficult for these guys to get turned around. And don't need all them trees at the end of a field like that. Alright, we're going to start this guy off. And there he goes. I think he's going to do all right. So we'll just leave him at it, and we'll take that harvester back to the farm, get it out of the way, get some of this equipment cleaned up and out of our way. All right, this guy's flat getting across this field. I took some equipment back to the farm, get it out of the way, and I brought back the fertilizer spreader over there. Now we're going to wait until our lime spreader is almost done, because the fertilizer spreader spreads at a much wider width, and we don't want him catching up with the lime spreader. So we'll just wait on him, because it won't take him that much longer. He'll have this knocked out. So anyway, I think I'm not real sure what I want to plant in here, but I think probably some wheat. Maybe some wheat. We're going to need quite a bit of straw, and the wheat I'm thinking very seriously about putting some more chickens in. It seems as though eggs pay very well on this map, and we can always use eggs in the bakery if we need to. So I do think that we'll just go ahead and put in maybe 2 or 3 more chicken pens for eggs. As soon as we can get some corn chaff, get that corn silage going, and get our cows in there, we'll have milk. So we're gaining on it. Now the one thing that we don't have, and that is grapes. We don't have any grapevines. And I guess at some point I will pick out a field and we'll do some grape harvest. So I don't know anything about it. I would be lying if I told you I did, because I do not. So we are definitely going to be learning together on that. And but anyway, I'm willing to learn. And grapes, raisins and stuff, that's all needed in the dairy also. So we'll look into that. We've only scratched the surface so far, trying to get the farm in a shape to do some harvesting on and harvest some crops. A lot of the smaller fields and everything we've plowed together, trying to make a halfway decent sized field. So we'll probably do some grapes at some point. If I find the right place, we'll get some grapes and growing. So, but for right now, we'll just let this guy keep on. He's doing a great job. All right, it ain't gonna be long. He'll have his field done. But I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you about the way that I prepare these fields and everything. I know that some of you are going to say, well, now wait a minute now. The game says that you need to take the mulcher and go through and mulch all that stubble. And you are absolutely correct. That's what the game says. And then you're supposed to cultivate it in. Yes, you are also correct. That is exactly what the game says. Now, let me explain to you, because I have not mulched this. And I will not be bringing a cultivator in to cultivate it all in. There's a reason for that. Whenever I prepare a field, I will go through and see if it needs lime. And I will put lime down, as we're doing right now. And then I check to see what kind of fertilizer state that it's in. See how fertile the ground is. If we have 0% fertilizer in the ground whenever you walk onto the field, if you remember down there in the right corner, down at the bottom, it'll tell you what the field state is. If we have none, then we'll go through and we'll put fertilizer down right after we get done liming right here. Then if you walk back onto the field, it will tell you that you have 50% fertilizer, because putting that lime or that fertilizer down gives you the first stage of fertilizing. All right, now I want you to keep in mind that everything that you do is wear and tear on your tractor, so you're paying maintenance cost. If you hire a worker, you're paying wages. You're paying for fuel. You're paying for equipment like the mulcher. I don't even own one, so you'd have to buy that. Those things are expensive. All right. Well, once we have 50% down there, 50% the first stage of fertilizing, then I take my planter. Now, the planters or seeders that I buy, number one, is also a cultivator. It will cultivate the land, the field. Then the other good part about the ones that I buy is it will also put down a stage of fertilizer. So we've got that covered. So now if it puts down a stage of fertilizer, it was already 50%, so the stage that it's going to put down is makes it 100%. You know, and I'm stuttering here a little bit because I can't figure out what our guy's doing here. It looks like he's going to try to get this covered up. I may have to get him around there and get him straightened out. He obviously don't know what he's doing. And he's going to run off in the creek is what he's going to do. All right, let's get you straightened out here because you obviously are lost or something. You don't have a clue as to what you're doing. So we'll get you back on the right track here. All right. Now, okay, so anyway, what you end up with whenever you get done doing it the way that I do it is if once you get the field planted, if you plant it in corn, if you plant it in wheat, doesn't matter. Down there in the right corner, you'll look and it'll tell you what the crop is that's growing there, and it'll tell you that it's growing at 100% fertilized. Now, that is the same thing that information will tell you if you go through all them other steps of mulching the field, rolling it, and all that kind of stuff. Same thing. So I would like to do a test on a small field to show you. And don't get me wrong now. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that's wrong, and I could be very wrong. The yield could be much higher. But it's something that I would have to run a test on to see if the increase in yield would pay for the diesel fuel, wear and tear on the tractor, labor, and all of that. I would just have to see. So if it's not going to pay the difference, and if it's not going to make up the cost of doing all that work, then why do you want to do it? So that's kind of what I'm saying, and like I said, don't misunderstand me, because I'm not saying that it won't increase it. I'm just saying if it does, okay, but how much? How much is it going to help me? Is it going to pay for all the extra help? Is that all it's going to do is pay for the extra, extra fuel, wear and tear? Is it going to help pay for the equipment it's going to take to do that? If so, if that's all it's going to do, then why do it? If I'm not going to make any money out of it, if I'm not going to make any money, if the yield is not going to be enough to pay me a profit, then why do I want to do that? I hope I'm explaining myself. But anyway, we're about to get this field limed, and then we'll go down and we'll get our fertilizer spreader going. So I'll get this guy straightened out. We'll get that fertilizer spreader going, and I'll be right back with you. All right, we've got our guys spreading fertilizer. We went on ahead and took off the headland pass across the front there, and or both ends and that side over there. So it won't take him long, and he'll be through this. So we'll just let him get on with it. We may go get a planter so that we can, whenever he's done, we can just hook onto that planter and start planting. So anyway, let's make sure he gets turned around down here. As you can see, the coverage that he has on his spreader is almost double of what it is on the lime spreader. That's why we wanted to wait. So, but we'll wait and watch him, make sure he gets turned around, and it looks like he's going to. No problems. So, and that's what we want. We don't want problems. So, all right. Now we'll jump out of here real quick. And we're going to look at this ground. Now, if you look down there in the right-hand corner, down at the bottom, it says that there was cotton planted here, which is correct. It's been harvested. That's correct. And now it's got 50% fertilized. The only thing we've done is put fertilizer on it, and we put lime on it because it doesn't tell us that it needs lime now. So when we start planting, we'll get back down in this and walk around in the field, and you'll see that it's 100% fertilized. It'll tell you the new crop, and it'll tell you it's growing. So anyway, we'll let this guy work on it, and we'll go from there. All right, we've got our guys started off planting, and we are planting wheat. I do think we're going to put in some more chicken pens. I'm all for making money. So yes, we're going to put in some more chicken pens. The eggs are pretty profitable, and I just can't help but believe that you put those eggs in your production facilities, and some of the prices in there on your baked goods are tremendous. I mean, high dollar. So it's a win-win situation if you can survive until, first of all, you get the crop planted, get enough of it planted, and then get it into the production facilities, and then wait for the production. Now, if you can survive that, then it's going to be very profitable. Once you get started with it, it'll be very profitable. So with that being said, I think we're going to try to survive it. Why not? It's there for us to do if we want to do it. And like I said earlier, I don't know anything about grapes, but I'm willing to learn. If you don't know anything about grapes, then we'll learn together. So but anyway, I was looking over here next to us in these fields. I bought all those fields, and I'm wondering, wouldn't that make a great grape orchard? Just think of the layout. Wouldn't that be pretty over there? Grapes are a lot of work, but I think that might be a good place. My first intention was to plow them all together and make a big field, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that might be a good place for grapes. So anyway, I think that's what we might do, is once they get the crops harvested off of them, we'll just make that a big grape orchard over there. Anyway, I wanted to jump down out of this tractor, let him go ahead and continue, and I wanted to walk over here onto the field that we have planted. Now that soil looks real good, and if you look over there in the right hand corner, it says we're planting wheat. We've got wheat in this field. It's growing, and at the bottom, fertilized 100%. Now, as we were talking earlier, does it get better? I mean, is there better than 100%? Is the yield going to be better if I do all those things that the game tells me I need to do? Is it going to be better? Is there going to be more yield? I do not know. And I would run a test, but it takes 6 months for a crop to grow on this map. It's, yeah. We're going to jump back in this tractor, and we're just going to let him continue to plant. But like I said, I'd do a test, but it takes so cotton picking long for a crop to grow that if somebody else has already done that test, I'm open to all suggestions. If you found that it is tremendously better, the yield, I'm all ears. I want to hear this. I want to hear it. And, you know, that's what I mean about playing this game. It ain't necessarily my way is the right way. Absolutely not. It's just my way. If there's a better way, I'm all ears. I want to hear it. I'm all for making more money. So, with that being said, we will just let him continue to plant. Well, this guy is getting right on across this field, and he's doing a pretty good job, real good job. So you can see the headway that he's made, and it won't take long, and he'll have it done. But I do think that we may just make that our grape orchard over there. There'd be a lot of grapes come off of that area, and it would really look pretty, I think. But profitable. You know, pretty's not everything. It's got to be profitable. So anyway, I think this just about wraps up a video for us. I hope that this has been helpful to you. And if you can use any of this, please do. If it's just been entertaining, that's fantastic. But I do want to be here to help. If I can be of any help to anybody, all you got to do is leave me a comment, and I will certainly try to help you. That's what it's all about. So anyway, I think we'll call this a video, and we'll continue planting here. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.